Hi, I'm Tarrant Elkington, and in this tech tip, we're going to talk about how good is your pit design, and the one thing that most people don't do that they really should do to add value. So, I'm not going to talk about the practical aspects of a good pit design that can be covered elsewhere. I'm going to talk about how we quantify how good the pit design is. So, if we take a step back and generally what happens in the mine planning process is we do a pit optimization to pick a pit shell and then do a design on that pit shell. We then see how good that pit design is by generating the inventory for the pit shell and the pit design and seeing how much ore, waste, strip ratio, total contained metal that we have in both and comparing them together. And if it meets certain tolerances, then then our pit design is good or bad. And often people use rules of thumb, 5% or whatever. But what could happen is that you have 5% more waste and 5% less ore at 5% less grade, and then it ends up being actually not a very good design, even though it meets those criteria. So the one missing thing that we typically do in all of our mine planning is we compare the total cash flow or total operating profit between the pit optimization and the pit design. And that really gives us the truth. It combines all these parameters into one metric that we can measure, and it also quantifies what's the leakage of value that we're getting through that pit design process. And really, it could be a lot. It can be in the millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars if the pit's big enough. And this is money that nobody even realizes is missing through that mine planning process. So the difference between a good design and a bad design, I guess, is quite a lot. Now, typically we try to be within, say, a 5% tolerance on cash flow for the pit. And if we're not, then you could do one of two things or both things. You can redesign the pit to try to get it tighter to your pit shell, or you can re-optimize the pit to try to more closely reflect the wall angles that you have. Either way, you hopefully can end up with a better tolerance and less value loss through the process. So I would encourage you to give that a go if you're not already doing that in your mine planning process. So thanks for listening to this tech tip. For more tech tips, please visit us on our website, snowdenoptiro.com, or on our YouTube channel. Look forward to the next one.